Hi, I'm Kimball. At Treasure Island Sailing Center, we train sailors. We also train sailing instructors. It's a very useful pathway for a lot of people. And we also have friends at Jackson Park Yacht Club in Chicago where they do the same kind of thing. Today, I want to talk to three young women about their path into sailing and then becoming junior instructors, and then in Destiny's case, a certified instructor. So we have Destiny Simpson, Grace O'Neill, and Keagan Gillespie. They're talking to us from Chicago at Jackson Park Yacht Club. Destiny, tell me something about your story, your journey into sailing, and you are now a certified sailing instructor.
Yes, correct. I started sailing about maybe 3.5 years ago. My very first day coming here to Jackson Park Yacht Club, I did not actually like sailing. I wanted to go home. It was just not my thing. But my Nana and I talked it over, and she encouraged me to come back the next day, which I did, and I immediately fell in love with sailing. I was meant to stay for one session meaning for 2 weeks. I got invited to another session and was invited onto race team. My first race, I believe I made it into 5th place out of 20 boats. And then after my second session, I was brought back for a third session as an instructor in training. A lot of the instructors around me were very, very encouraging. Um, I had two instructors, including my boss at the time and Miss Karen Harris, who looked at my skills and eventually decided to recruit me as an IIT. My biggest goal was to eventually become an instructor. Um, I came to work every day early to start my chalk talks. I got a lot of opinions from the children, from the students. I got a lot of advice from the instructors. Just becoming an instructor was really something that I was striving for at the time, which here I am now. I achieved that goal, and now my new goal is to eventually work for U.S. Sailing.
I started I lived up north and I'm a very athletic person. So I've played almost every sport there is. And we had to move in 2019. And COVID was going around and everything. So there really wasn't any really athletic things that I could do that didn't involve either being inside or being around a lot of people that I knew of. So my mom was like, somebody told my mom about sailing, and me and my siblings came the first day, and we were not happy. Like, we did not like it at all. We were outside. There were bugs. The boat, it just looked hard. Like, it didn't look like something that we would do just because we're used to the normal sports, track, basketball, football, stuff like that. So the first day, we did the capsize test and the swim test, and I did not like it. But then the first session was a little bit rocky because the wind was so heavy and I was just scared of the boom. But the second session, I came back and I knew everything. Like, I knew what to do. I had fun. I knew how to rig a boat in under 10 minutes. Like, I was picking up on everything really fast. And I started to like sailing. Like, it just made me happy because I was like, it's fun being on the water when you're going fast and you actually know what you're doing. Once you get control of the boat, then you're fine. So then they called my mom and told them that they wanted me to be an IIT. And I was very confused because I was like, I don't know why, because I haven't even been sailing that long. But then they were like, you know how to sail. We saw you sail your second session and you actually know how to sail and you are a fast learner. I was like, okay. So I got into being an IIT, and this is only like my third week or so, but it's a new experience being able to teach kids something you were just learning and actually knowing what you're talking about and seeing other people want to be like you. Like, instead of wanting to be a camper, every camper is asking to be an IIT. And it's fascinating. I play every sport, but every sport has a different season. sailing is one of those sports where it's basically an all-around sport. Like no matter what season it is, you can still sail. Personally, I'm a cheerleader and I run track and I play basketball, but basketball, I cut it off. So I'm probably going to do cheer, track, and sailing because sailing isn't like every day back to back. So I can fit those three in my schedule. And my mom wants me to sail in high school. So that's one of the sports that I'll be getting better at.
Well, before now, I've always been with Park District. Every summer, I was doing whatever different camps they had. I've done basketball camp, volleyball camp. So my mom got the normal email that she did like every summer with the different options. And that summer she saw sailing. So she's like, well, do you want to try? Because you love the water so much. And I was like, I guess. I never heard of anyone sailing. I never thought sailing would be an option. I just thought, yeah, you get rich one day and you get a boat. So it was different for me. I actually started at 31st Street Harbor with the Park District, and I did that for 3 years. I really liked it. Then I went to Navy Pier, and I did their race during one of their competitions they were doing. They had a halftime show with all of the Park District boats, well, a majority of us. And that's where I met Karen Harris, and she told me about her program here at Jackson Park and how it based itself off of diversity and making sure that minority kids were able to get different opportunities that they usually wouldn't, since sailing is looked at as such a rich white male sport. So I thought that sounded cool, since that is something I'm very strongly about in my personality and in general, and that's what I hope to do later on in life, working with diversity and making a lot of different things diverse that normally aren't. So I've been doing that for 3 years, and I was asked to be an IIT last summer, which was my first year, and this is my second summer, and I'm hoping to get my level 1 next June, 2022.
I really appreciate your time and I love what you're doing. I think it's fantastic to bring these kids along. Let's diversify the sport because that's where the health of the future is going to be in the world of sailing. Destiny Simpson, Grace O'Neill, Keagan Gillespie, and the Jackson Park Yacht Club, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.